It was nice today, wasn't it? All right. Thought it was a great day. I thought I loved the fan attendance. I loved the clinic they had for the little kids. It was great when we came in to see the kids giving our guys fives. It's always good when you can play any type of game. I know it's a spring scrimmage, but their support there for our football team was good to see. I thought the guys came out and competed hard. It was a little bit different format, nothing I've ever been a part of, but I thought they did a nice job. The one defense I thought did a nice job early on. They did a nice job creating some turnovers. I thought they got tired a little bit as the day went on. It was the hottest day we've had. And we're pretty thin defensively, but I got to look at the tape. But I thought we did some good things. Offensively, we obviously started a little bit slow, and I thought really the Colin, Hill, Faton, and Nick were pressing a little bit at the beginning. I thought all of them were playing a little bit tight. We were able to get the running game going a little bit with Dalen Dawkins, and I think they loosened up and had some good drives and some success there, which was good to see. Overall, I thought it was a really good spring. I thought we got better every day individually. I thought we got better as a football team, offensively, defensively, and good work in the special teams. We'll take the first part of next week and meet with our players and talk about things that they got to improve on, finish out the academic year strong, and then get ready to have a great summer.
One of the things your defense wanted to focus on this spring was create turnovers. I think 4 or 5 today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're kind of catch-22 there. Turning the ball over offensively is not what we want to do, but I do like the aggressiveness of our defense. They've done a nice job all spring of making a concerted effort to attack the football and try to take the ball away. And I believe I said the other day when I met with y'all that you're going to turn the ball over some. We don't want to turn over any, but if we need to get more takeaways to offset some of the turnovers that might occur in a game.
Did you learn anything about your quarterback?
Well, I really thought, like I said, all the guys were a little tight early on, but I thought we did some good things. I really got to go back and watch the tape to make a true assessment. But Nick Stevens did some nice things on a couple drives, getting us into the right run plays. He forced a couple. Maybe it was the first drive. They were in man, and he threw the wrong, just forced it. And I think he got hit and why the guy picked it, but he shouldn't have been going there. And then a really good interception by DeMontre Taylor kind of baited Nick and, had another interception. So we got to look at some things and improve on that, but I did think he stayed locked in and relaxed and did some good things. Faton has also started a little bit shaky. I thought he was aiming the football early on, trying to catch it for him. As the game went on, I saw more zip. I saw the ball coming off his hand. Colin Hill looked like a freshman, probably his first 3 series out there. But I think as the scrimmage went on, you saw him relax, and you can see he's got some arm talent. And I'm really, really excited about him. And then JC did some nice things on the zone read package. But, to sit here and say I have an answer, I don't. It's a big, big summer for all those guys. It's a big summer of learning what to do. And then ultimately it's going to come down to who can take care of the football. That's what it's going to come down to. Said many times we're 120-something in the country last year in turnover ratio, and we got to cut that. We got to cut those in half and give ourselves a chance to win more ball games.
Where do you see the quarterback standing as you go into the summer?
Well, I see him, and I might change my mind, okay, but after I watch film, but I would say Nick and Faton are code number ones. That's kind of how they've been practicing all spring as we've gone on throughout the spring. And I would say Colin Hill is third.
Did you think Faton was able to come in? Because like you said, you've been playing third quarterback at Georgia, hadn't had. Did he shake off the rust enough that he's going to give you the competition you want in the fall?
No, there's no doubt. There is competition there at that position. And I believe he's going to get better and better. The more reps that he gets, the more opportunities he gets to play football. That was good for him today to play that many snaps, and played that many snaps at one time in the last 5 years, and that was against Florida. who's a pretty good defense. And then same thing with Nick. Nick's first year in the system. Nick was a first-year starter. He's going to continue to get better. Really pleased with both of those guys and their progress. And then we just got to continue to improve, and we'll make the decision that gives us the best chance to move the football offensively.
How do you feel about it?
You know what? I was proud of Dalen. We've been coaching Dalen hard, not because he doesn't give effort, not because he doesn't go 100 miles an hour, not because he's not the best pass protector. Sometimes he runs a little bit out of control. He doesn't press the zone tracks. He's just not a patient runner. That's just kind of his style. But I believe he got better this spring and took coaching from Coach Applewhite. It wasn't like, I know what I'm doing. I've got it. He got better at running the zone tracks and has done a nice job. He basically changed the spring game today. That one little catch on a third down, they got a conversion, and then some of the runs, the big runs. And I've said it since I've been here, he's the toughest guy we got on the football team.
How do you feel about this football team sitting here today as compared to last year?
Well, I probably might have seen positive, but I didn't think we could win a game last year after spring. I believe they're more in tune to what I want and our coaches want every day of how we're going to practice and how we're going to approach a game and try to exert our will and be physical. You got to be physical to win a championship, in my opinion, and especially this league. This was a physical football league last year. The most physical football team went undefeated in the league. This year, I thought every day we got better at practice. Some days were a little bit more than the other, but we got better. There was a focus to get better. There was accountability. And that happens sometimes when you take over a program and they've had a lot of success and you're doing things a little bit different. There's questions. Well, we did it this way. We want, not that we had bad kids and people were disrespectful, but I don't know if there was total buy-in from just in everything that we want, how our approach every day. Good kids worked hard, but you got to be committed. You got to believe. And I'm a firm believer that there's 100 different ways to play offense and play defense, and if your kids believe in what you're doing, you got a chance. And I believe right now we're starting to believe what we're doing. Now we got a long way to go. We got some pieces of the puzzle that got to get here in fall camp. We got some pieces of the puzzle that are on this football team that got to improve, where we can function and play championship level football. We're not there yet at a lot of segments on our football team. And a lot's due to depth of what we got, and a lot's due to we're not where we want to be as a player, where we want them to be as a player. So that's what our exit meetings are about the next couple of days, Monday and Tuesday with the guys. Told them the coaches are going to be honest about where they stand and on this football team and where their role is and what they've got to do to improve and help this football team. And, I made a point to the players that, they're going to be honest, and you got to take the constructive criticism. You cannot go in there with the mindset that, coach is wrong or coach doesn't know what he's talking about, because we're not going to grow if we're like that.
Coach, when we first talked
By the way, stop him. I like it.
Coach, we asked you about receivers when spring practice first started. You talked about players using this opportunity to make their mark on this football team, using spring practices to do that. Which receivers would you say did that this spring?
I would say B.C. Johnson has had an outstanding spring for us. He's the most consistent receiver we have as far as route running, knowing what to do, and catching the ball. He's got a vertical threat, a deep threat ability, and he can make plays underneath. He missed that one today, but I thought he did a nice job. Marcus Wilson has been the guy that has surprised me the most. We needed some depth when we moved Jordan over there, and we said, let's give Marcus a shot. He was down on the depth chart at corner a little bit, and safety. He had played safety last year, but he's a tough kid. He's very smart. He's conscientious. He takes notes, and he's been very productive in the last two scrimmages. I think he caught like 100 yards worth of receiving in the second scrimmage, and he made some plays today. So those two guys stuck out. And Johnny Freesmuth, probably didn't have very good first 5-6 days of practice, struggling running the right route, doing the right things, but he has continued to get better as spring has gone along. So I was pleased with him as well.
Anybody else who may not meet the eye, jump up and help his cause in spring?
Danny Nwosu at tight end. I don't know if I pronounced his name right. He says I pronounce it wrong all the time. But Danny did a nice job offensively. Christian Montes will play for us this year. You know, he's battling to get in the starting five, but he's done a nice job for us. Colby Meeks and Trey Moxley. Defensively, I really was impressed with Jake Slager this spring, you know, who has been a special teams man for this football team even before I got here, and our best special teams player, but played really solid at safety, tackled really well. His understanding coverages did a nice job. Braylon Scott, I think, has got a big upside. Now, he's got to put on some weight and get bigger, but did a nice job. And the two starting corners, you know, I was pleased with this spring, Vaden and Tyree.
Speaking of Jordan, when I talked to him afterwards, I asked him if he felt like a cornerback yet, and he says, I haven't had my exit interview. So what's his answer?
I think he's gonna stay there for a corner, and Jordan's a guy that we didn't do it this spring, but he could be a guy that could play both ways for us and play some offense, not just in situational. He's got good stamina. He can run, so we might use him in that way.
It's funny because he said he'd like to do both.
Yeah. I you know, if he did both, his primary would be corner, not the other way around, which I think it's easier to play receiver than it is corner.
You knew he was an athlete, but did he surprise you at all with just how quickly he picked up?
Well, he's a smart kid. He's one of the smartest kids that we had on offense, of knowing he knew all three receiver positions and understood what to do. He's got length, he's got some quick twitch in his body, and he's got ball skills. And I believe he's got instincts too. Some of the plays that we got beat on today at DB, I would say is not ability. I think it's our instincts of recognizing formation and routes, where Jordan does a nice job playing routes.
He's returned too. Is that an option?
I don't know. He dropped that ball to one. I don't know if we're going to let him return one again. He would be probably a kickoff returner. Jordan sometimes, this would be part of his, sometimes he wants to dance too much and try to change the scheme himself on a kickoff return. You don't need that on kickoff return. You need somebody who's going to stick it. And if the hole's there, it's there. If not, you know, you try to get back to the 25 and hold on to the football. So for him to be our kick returner, he's going to have to do a better job of sticking it up in there and stop running right or left. He did that 3 or 4 times last year that cost us some field position.
Do you have an idea of who, if not him, and who might be returning kicks?
This is my idea of who's going to be returning kicks. I think they're in the freshman class.
You did the same thing last year with the quarterbacks. I remember you saying you wanted to see how they reacted in spring and fall.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just comfortable with that, or would you much rather have someone earn the job in the spring?
I would have to say that it just depends. If the guy's a clear-cut starter, then he would be the clear-cut starter. If there's not one, then I'm comfortable with it. You know, so that would be the answer.
Coming into spring, you said that you wanted to see an increase in on-field leadership. Is that something you feel you guys have accomplished throughout the practice period?
I would say Jake Bennett has done a nice job of that. And Jake was not a guy, I think Terry asked the question that, you know, I talked about all those linemen that are backups, but Jake Bennett is getting healthy. He is really probably the most improved lineman that we have from last year, understanding what we're doing offensively, understanding what Coach Friend wants as far as calls and getting us in the right calls, has done a nice job. Nolan Peralta is a leader by example in the way he attacks every single day, everything he does, from school to weight room to practice to games. I mean, I love Nolan Peralta. If we had about 10 Nolan Peraltas, we would have a chance really to be very, very good, just because he is what you want in a football player. Tyree's another guy that's done a nice job. Tyree doesn't say anything, but he has done a nice job of leading by how he's tried to improve. Listen to Coach Fair. That was some of the things, you know, take coaching, and he's done a nice job of that for us. Those are some of the guys.
You told me to ask you later in the spring, so did your offense make gains in understanding the concept, the overall big picture of your offense? And are you happy with where they are?
I am. I definitely believe we understand at the tight end position and up front what we're trying to do in the run game. And the quarterback, obviously, we understand that. We got to get better at receiver, understanding the big picture in run game and pass concepts. We got to get better there. And then I believe we'll have some freshmen play at that position. But, we're getting there. We still don't have, in my opinion, the go for the jugular attitude that I want. And our defense got tired today. And we're trying to push the pace offensively. We're trying to get them to, and we're just kind of we got to go for that jugular and be able to play faster, but still do all that we do, getting in the different personnel groups.
We can all see, the throws, the footwork, poise in the pocket. Who did you feel between, especially the quarterbacks, made the better pre-snap decisions today?
Well, I'd have to. It's hard to. I don't know where y'all sit, but it's hard to see on the field level what's going on. You can see the near safety and near corner, and kind of see if they're going one high or two high. But both of them, both the two older guys did have. Had I think Nick had 2 and Paton had 1 interception. DeMontre Taylor and Kevin Davis both made really good plays on their interception. They baited our guys playing the check down, then went to the deep guy. Nick was the one force that probably I got the most upset about in today's scrimmage. But to give you an honest answer of that, who made the best decisions, I couldn't do it justice today.
Can you give us an update on John, because we saw you down?
Yeah, he's got a shoulder. He might have said clavicle, so it may have been a separation or a fracture. I don't know the answer to that yet. But I mentioned it, but I'm really proud of John. He's kind of in that tweener mode of, is he a tight end, is he a receiver? But he has gotten better as a receiver. I don't know if it would ever be big enough or be able to unlock his hips to be a tight end. I think receiver is his position. Is a big target and a big body, and he's new to that position. What did he play? Safety in high school? Yeah, so he hasn't played receiver. I think he's going to continue to get better.